Alright, today we're going to be checking out the AirArsenal. Couple AirArsenal frames. AirArsenal. So, this is the Marvin 113 millimeter motor to motor, diagonally. It's 2 millimeters thick, it's carbon fiber. This one was painted white by the owner of AirArsenal, Kenny. Thanks, Kenny. It looks awesome. I really like the white. It looks awesome. And it actually does protect the frame in crashes and stuff. So you see I haven't crashed it very much. I had a pretty bad crash a couple days ago. I clipped a branch on that big tree there and it just dropped from like 3/4 up. Didn't do no damage. Didn't even hurt the props. So I'll just go through real quick. I use pretty much the same stuff on all these little micros. Pico BLX, CSATA 10 amp 4-in-1. This has the Rotor X1105B, some DYS XT3045S props cut down to 2.5 inch, TX02, and Lemon satellite. This is the regular satellite. This one has the diversity one, but they're both lemon. And then I love these Tattoo 3 cells, 450 milliamp hour. They're tiny and they just work really good. This battery strap is pretty awesome too, from Airblade. It's only $1 and works excellent. You're welcome. And then I got a buzzer. I mounted it up here just because you know, you can mount it anywhere. There's plenty of room in the back here for it, but and then it has this awesome TPU mount. It is TPU and it's squishy. You can squeeze it together and it won't break. It's really hard to break. It has the M3 screws going through it to hold it on, hold the top plate on, and hold it all in place, and it works excellent. It's nice and solid. It comes with, I think, M3 hardware, just nylon, but I use some aluminum standoffs. And I painted this green with a Sharpie. I did the underside too. It was white, but I scraped it off. It looked badass white. I don't know why I scraped it off. I think I messed it up when I was coloring it, so I had to just scrape it all off. But yeah, excellent frame. This one just flies so good. The only thing that I don't like about it is there was no thought about a battery strap. The arms go in like a V right here, so there's nothing there. Same with this one. This one's actually a little bit worse because on this one it has the mounting setup is kind of set back in the frame a little bit, so the standoffs are right in the middle there, so you can't even put a strap through. I did put a strap through the front area right here, but then it's like at an angle and not sitting right, and I've seen people put a strap around the entire thing, but I don't like how that looks, so I'm sure it works just fine though. Sorry, I'm always clearing my throat. I've been sick for a while. That's about all I have to say about this one. I will show both of these flying. It's pretty windy out today, but these do fine in the wind. This thing has crazy insane power though. These props, these are the best props I've ever used on a micro. And not a lot of places sell them. There's only 2 places that I know of. I'm sure that other people will say that they found other places, which is great. But RC Crazed and Ready Made RC. Ready Made RC has the biggest selection and the most. You can buy a shitload of them. They are a little bit expensive. They're like $1.39, I think, for a pair. So it's like $2.80 for a set, you know, which isn't too bad. But for micro props, it is a little expensive. But like I said, these are the best props you can get. So this one does have all the same stuff as this one, minus the motors. These are actually 7500 kV and they're DYS. Everything else is the same. Yeah, everything else is the same. This is the Marvin, or no, this is the Keni 110, I think. Yeah, Keni 110. This one is 2.5 millimeters thick. This one's 2 millimeters thick, so you can see it's a little bit thicker. Just a little bit. 0.5 millimeter anyway. They're both super light. I wish I had a scale, but super, super light. This one's 110 millimeter motor to motor, 2.5 millimeters thick. Other than that, I believe they're the same. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say they're the same. This one is more like a alien type, where it's got the center part for all the room, and this one's more of a pod, where it's not coming out here and here. It's just circled right here and has a pod that fits it. And it's TPU as well. You can squeeze it. It squishes down. It's really hard to break. I've crashed this one a bunch of times. You hit that TPU and it just won't break. They're both 2.5 inch. Can take 2.5 inch props. I should have used the stuff I used on this one for mounting the battery. What I put on this one is that stuff from Banggood. It's like this, I forgot what it was made out of. It's made out of neoprene, I think, or something like that. Or I can't remember, but it just grips. Like, you can't move the battery once it's on it. So with a little bit of pressure from the strap, it just stays in place. When you use the locking Velcro on these micros, it makes the battery hang down even lower and just doesn't look right. But not a big deal. I just used rubber bands and made a little circle thing out of a zip tie thingy, so that way I can just pull up on the rubber bands without having to dig my fingers underneath it. And then when I'm done pulling up on it, I can just push this over to the side and it stays on the side there. So yeah, I'll fly the Marvin first, line of sight, and then I will add in some FPV footage later in the video, because even though my goggles don't have a DVR, I just have these shitty old what are these, teleporter V4s that I put a faceplate on. No DVR, but I did get this from Banggood and it works excellent. You guys probably already saw my last upload was DVR footage from this of me flying the Predator. So I will add some DVR footage. So let me fly the Marvin first real quick. Then I'll fly the Keni, and then I'll add some DVR footage at the end, and that'll be about it. Awesome, awesome frames. So awesome. I'll leave a link in the description for the website too if you need, but it's AirArsenal.com. Oops, picked the wrong one. I keep getting the names of these confused. Lots of power. That's the Marvin 113. Ooh, you found a pretty rock. That's awesome. You're funny. This one is a tiny bit zippier, just because it has a 7500 kV. And there's the keni. Looks so shiny in the sunlight. Alright, well there you go. Get you some of that.